What's going on? It's Coach Kyle here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about why so many people fail on their fitness journey and why you're likely one of them. Now, there are so many things to consider, but having worked with over 5,000 people over the last 10 years, we've seen a lot of amazing people succeed for obvious reasons. But on the other end, we've seen so many people fail that we talk to consistently, friends, family, stuff like that. And it really doesn't have to be that way. So this is gonna be a very chill video where I'm just having a real talk and hopefully able to set you guys up for success, right? Right now, I'm about 4.5 hours in to a 6-hour walk. I just wanted to get out here, clear the brain, come up with some ideas, and it's a great way to do that. But it's a great segue into what I really feel passionate about. And it's about the all or nothing approach and needing to do absolutely everything to the fullest, right? And so many people will start their fitness journey, they won't really have a grasp of things, and then they just decide to create the most insane routine, right? I've got to be perfect with my nutrition. I've got to go to the gym 7 days a week, 2 hours. Obviously me out here for this walk, people are like, I got to get out there and do hours of cardio and tons of crunches and lots of ab work. But the truth is, it really doesn't have to be that way. And I really do believe so many people end up just never actually being able to take action because of this unsustainable approach. And as I was out here for this walk, and once again, I have a lot of thoughts from it, I started to gain momentum, right? For the first 2 miles, I just wanted to turn back. I just said, you know what? This isn't worth it. I'm like, I don't have any momentum. I'm kind of tired. I started around 6 a.m. this morning. I don't want to do this. So I have a lot of thoughts that I can relate from this walk over into the fitness journey, but most people don't allow themselves to gain momentum, right? Say, hey, I'm gonna start this Monday and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna meal prep on Sunday for 6 hours. I'm gonna sign up for this gym membership and I'm gonna crush it, right? And then like Monday comes, you're a bit tired. You end up doing half of that. Tuesday comes and then you just end up giving up, right? And usually it does take a little bit of time for people to give up, a week, 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, but momentum's everything. And I find the greatest way to build momentum is to start small. And it's not what everyone wants to hear, right? A lot of people want to hear me say, hey, you got to get in there and do just like all this crazy stuff. And unfortunately, that's kind of how social media has made it seem, especially with different things like 75 hard and just like keto and just all these things that aren't exactly sustainable. People feel like if they don't do something that's just like crazy extreme, that they're not doing anything, right? And even when it comes down to cardio, another thing is like, I'll talk to a lot of people who think walking isn't even a form of cardio. They'll say, hey, I'm not even sweating. I'm not like getting my heart rate up. Like they'll use a lot of these, I guess you could say, excuses as to why like they need to do something more intense, why they need to do this like crazy extreme diet phase, cardio phase, workout phase, whatever the case is. So bear with me. I hope the wind's okay. I do have my mic on, so we should be good here. But once again, just wanted to have a real talk with you guys and just be fully transparent, because it really bothers me. Like there's just, I'd say a fraction of the population actually succeeding, when in reality, it doesn't have to be that hard. So that's gonna be the main thing. The other thing is just wanting results so quickly. And I'm gonna have to give I don't know exactly who to blame, but I just think it's a lack of patience, right? And it honestly, I feel like kind of stems from how things are delivered these days. And what I mean by that is like, if you want something at your door, you will press a button and it will be there either within minutes or like worst case scenario, the next day for free, right? Like Amazon delivery, when you order food, it's like people just think that it needs to be so quick and they end up giving up on themselves, right? And that's something I see happen very, very often. People end up spending years with bad habits, with poor nutrition, poor nutrition habits, and just eating extremely poorly, skipping the gym, and then they're like, you know what? I'm gonna make some change. A couple days goes by, you get some momentum, and it's like, why am I not seeing the scale go down? Why am I not 20 pounds down, right? Like you've spent so much time doing bad things to yourself, like you can't expect it to just turn around just like that. And I have this conversation with so many people. It's a lack of patience. And obviously it could be a younger generation. I see a lot of young people just expecting quick results, like investing, they expect quick money. And it's just like slow, consistent progress is probably the least sexy thing, but in my opinion, one of the greatest things. So I really, really encourage you to set a longer term approach, allow for some extra time, allow for some obstacles, some ups, some downs, all that stuff. I truly believe it makes a big difference. Now, the other thing I really wanted to talk about as well is just the lack of confidence on your fitness journey, right? And I actually did a live stream on Instagram the other day, and I just was thinking about how so many people, they say they're gonna do something and they don't do it. And even this is an example. Yesterday I had an idea. I said, I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna do this walk. I've done a 12-hour walk before, I'm gonna do it. Every part of me wanted to say, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I just wanna sleep in. Like, my bed was super cozy. It was a little bit cold out here this morning. But I was like, what's that gonna do? Like, it's not gonna do anything like directly, but subconsciously, I'm gonna stop believing in myself. When I say I'm gonna do something, I may not believe that I'm actually gonna do it. And that's unfortunately what happens to a lot of people on their fitness journey, is they just don't believe in themselves. And it comes from trying a bunch of things and failing. It comes from setting goals, saying you're gonna do something, and you just don't end up doing it. And I see this happen a lot. Like, I truly believe that if you failed on your fitness journey, if you haven't lost fat, if you're a little bit heavier than you were when you started, that's okay. Like, you've at least tried. But the most important thing is, it's not about how many times you get hit, it's about how many times you can get hit and keep getting up and keep moving forward. So the main thing is that people just don't believe in themselves for different reasons, right? A lot of it comes down to failure. A lot of it comes down to, like, truthfully, it's not even the failure side of things. It's the lack of conviction that you tell yourself that if you're gonna do this fitness journey, you're gonna give it a shot. You just don't believe that you're actually gonna do it because you've stopped so many times, because you have said you're gonna go to the gym and sign up this week and you haven't gone. You said you're gonna meal prep. And so subconsciously, you just start to lose belief in yourself, right? And I see a lot of people, and I truly believe, and so many people will ask, like, what the main way to build confidence is and self-esteem, and and even discipline. And my true answer is just doing something when you say you're gonna do it. If I'm gonna go to the gym this week, I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna film a video, I'm gonna film it. Like, I have true conviction and belief that when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And that's where confidence comes in. That's where true belief on the fitness journey, like, hey, if I'm gonna commit to this shred for the next 12 weeks, you better believe I'm gonna do it, right? Like, there's just no way around it. And I believe in myself. And that's why, and our clients do. And on that note, the reason so many of our clients are able to succeed is because, yes, some of them struggle with, self-belief. A lot of them have self-doubt when they first begin, but they have that person that is able to believe in them, that does believe in them. And I see potential in every single person. And that's what really inspired me to make this video, is that it really kills me, like, the amount of conversations I have, whether it's like through Instagram to a lot of you guys, awesome people, YouTube comments, even daily life. When I'm in the gym, I talk to so many people, and they're trying the wrong stuff. They don't believe in themselves, or they have belief that this wrong thing like keto is what's for them. And it just kills me inside, because I'm like, I've had 5,000 people, might be closer to 5,500. I gotta do the tally soon, but just like come in who were struggling, who didn't think they had what it took. And they're like, you know what? This is my last shot. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna see what Colossus Fitness is all about. And obviously with us having a money back guarantee, no risk involved, that of course helps, but it's just like, we know everybody can succeed. And that's my other point, and probably one of the last ones. I still have a lot more I could talk about, but it's just a lack of accountability. So the truth is that when people say they're gonna do something, most people, it doesn't really matter, right? nobody will check in with you, nobody will care, nobody is really cheering for you. And that's where it gets so tough. So one of my biggest recommendations is to try to build your team, because every successful person out there has an incredible team. When you think of the most elite athletes, when you think of whoever it is, like someone out there that's accomplished a lot, and of course they have a lot more funds and it's their entire job, and don't get me wrong, like I totally get that, but those people have a massage therapist, they have a nutritionist, they have family that are on their side, they have friends, they have like an entire team, they've got agents, like they've got people, and that's why they're able to succeed. Like if you were to take the greatest people in the world and say, hey, go out there by yourself and go do it, they'd be a lost cause. Like they wouldn't know how to do their programming, they wouldn't know, like they wouldn't have accountability, they wouldn't have anybody by their side. They would fail, believe it or not, right? And some people may argue with me on that one, but I truly believe that. But yeah, spend time thinking about like, who's your workout buddy gonna be? Like, who's your accountability partner gonna be? Try to get your spouse, your family on your side. And if you tell them you're gonna do something, they'll actually hold you accountable. Now, obviously this can get tricky for some people depending on your relationship, and obviously you have to be careful with that, right? But at the same time, like I'd say most people, when they go about their fitness journey, they don't actually have accountability, and it just makes it so challenging to actually succeed. So I really encourage you, spend time thinking about who's on your side, who's gonna cheer you on, who's gonna call you out when times get tough. This alone makes a really big difference. And obviously, as I mentioned, 5,000 people have come in here. We're able to hold them accountable. We've created some incredible systems to help all of our clients out. One-on-one video check-ins, customized nutrition plan, as well as workout plan based off of goals, everything they're striving for, all that great stuff. That alone makes obviously such an incredible difference. And having one-on-one tech support is just game-changing, right? Because the journey, in my opinion, is easy, but it gets hard. There are times where the scale gets sticky, you're traveling and you're not sure what to do. Nutritionally, you don't know what to eat when you're out and you go to this restaurant. Like having that one-on-one support makes such a big difference. If you are looking to get that support, you can just fill that first link down below. We guarantee our results, so there's no risk involved. We'd be happy to take care of you, of course. But that's kind of my main talk. Obviously there's a lot that I could go over, and I could talk about calorie deficits and how I believe most people are overeating, and they think that they're eating less than they are. But the truth is, like, I don't believe that's actually the case for most people. Like, yes, when it comes down to it, people who are really consistent, who are at a plateau, who aren't seeing change, yes, there's a lot of stuff like that involved, but I would argue a lot of people don't even end up getting to that point where the problem is their workouts and their nutrition. A lot of it is their mindset, their external beliefs, their lack of accountability, their lack of proper systems and something created for them in place. Like, that's another thing, is that I see a lot of people, they'll see me post a workout and they'll be like, all right, that's the workout routine I'm gonna do. Or like, a famous bodybuilder, a hybrid athlete, and like, truth is, every individual is so unique, and that's where I really genuinely believe that when you have something created for you, between a proper nutrition plan, proper workout plan, all that stuff, it really makes a big difference. Especially because, once again, like, everyone is so unique in terms of, some people have a bunch of kids, some people have a really busy job, some people can't get into the gym and we need to do home workouts. Like, there's just so many things that need to be taken into consideration. And that's where obviously we come in handy. So just something to think about. If you failed, really, that doesn't matter. You just got to get up. You just got to try a new approach. And like, on that note, my last thing, because obviously I could talk for hours on this, is just that a lot of people, on that note where I say, hey, you got to try a new approach, people are so quick to try new approaches. Like, you start tracking your macros, you start going to the gym for 3 days, your friend comes up to you at the water cooler at work and is like, have you ever tried 75 hard and intermittent fasting? You're like, no, but like, I'm down. And so it's an issue of shiny object syndrome, right? You hear these new things, they're exciting, they're different, And a lot of people will just go down that rabbit hole of like, once again, going back to the patient side, just never allowing themselves to go all in on that thing that they're trying to do because they're so obsessed with that new and exciting thing. And to this day, like the fitness industry, they know what they're doing. They're gonna prey on people with new supplements, new detoxes, new types of dieting, and they don't really focus on what actually works because they know a lot of people are out there just consistently looking for that new and exciting thing, and they're gonna spend their money and time there. So they're like, why not keep doing it, right? Like these people are smart, you know, they're great marketers. So the main thing is, I always say, focus on the main thing and keep it the main thing, right? And that's gonna be my last little talk. So first link down below if you want guaranteed results. Appreciate you guys spending time with me. Right now we are 4 hours, 30 minutes in. Been walking for about 17 miles or so. So let's keep it going, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.